Howdy. Howdy.
When you hear banjos playing, you know it's time for Hillbilly Holler.
This is Big Daddy, and we're at the Ghost Station in Georgetown. Myself and Leo Lywood, and we're with Jeremy Davidson. This is probably one of the most important interviews we've done on Hillbilly Holler. We're brought to you by Max Tires and Auto Repairs, 905-873-9255. And Jeremy, welcome to the program. And
Thank you.
thank you for allowing us into your world and because I think it's very important that people realize what homelessness is all about, and it's becoming more and more prevalent all the time. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself and your journey so far?
My name is Jeremy Davidson. I was born in Nova Scotia. I moved when I was 5 to Ottawa, moved to Pennsylvania when I was 11, lived there till I was 25, and I came back and I got into construction. I built the fire halls here 18 years ago. That's what brought me to Georgetown.
Wow.
And I've been here since 2008.
And you were also up in Acton too, were you? In the
Yes,
park?
I stayed in Halton Hills.
So so you came to Georgetown, you were working on construction,
Yes.
right? Building fire halls, which is amazing. Thank you.
Sure.
So from there, can you kind of give us a little bit of an idea of your journey going forward, life as it was, and then kind of, whatever you feel you want to share in terms of what happened to
I
get you
was
here?
making good money, and I met a legal secretary for forestry and mining. So she works for the government, and we clicked pretty good. And I was with her for 16 years, and she left me because I was working at Breeze's Trailer Park. The last job that I had, I was working at Breeze's Trailer Park for 3 years, and I was the maintenance guy. And what happened was we allowed winter campers, only 5, and me included. And so I got to talk to the winter campers, like I got to be friends with them. And this one guy was suicidal, and he was talking about suicide. And so a lot of people talk about suicide, but you never think they're going to do it.
Right.
And so I went over to his trailer, and I kept him company, and I thought that he was okay, and so I stayed from 10:30 at night until 3 in the morning when I left, because I had to go to work the next day in the park. It was the opening day the next day. And so I was like, hey, everything okay over there? At 3 a.m. He takes me back at 3:30. Yeah, everything's fine. Thanks, man. Love you. And I didn't see him the next day because he was dead. I went at 7 in the morning to that side of the park to do some electrical work, and there he was hanging in a tree. So,
oh my God!
So with that,
Can't imagine.
I got into drugs because I didn't know what to do with my mind. Like it was traumatized.
Oh, I bet.
And my ex, she left me because she didn't want, she's a legal secretary, and so she didn't want drugs in her life, and she told me a few times, but I didn't listen. And so,
Well, it's hard when you're in that state, right?
yeah, and she left me, and I lost a dog, and then I became homeless because of this. And I've been rebuilding ever since, and I finally got approved for subsidy after being homeless for 2.5 years.
Good for you, buddy. Good for
Congratulations. I'm glad to hear that.
Thank you.
Now, what has been one of the biggest challenges that you've faced being homeless? Can you think of one?
Yeah, shelter. You don't know where to sleep. You don't know where to sleep. It's been really cold. Even the other cold program, which Steve, Reverend Steve from Knox Presbyterian, he's really, really good for having that.
Yes.
But they kick you out during the day.
Yes.
And so from 8 in the morning until 8:30 at night, you got nothing. I mean, I'm glad they let us stay there at night, but still during the day, you have nothing. And then being homeless, like, let's say you lost your ID or something. Well, you need an address to get it.
That's right.
And so if you're homeless, you like there's so many problems of getting things you need to not be homeless.
So basically, you fell through the cracks of the system, and
Yes.
you had no safety net.
No, there's no safety net.
And a lot of the problem with homelessness, as you were saying, is drugs. But you've kicked that habit,
I did.
and you've been a good friend of mine for many years. I know you when you're up in the
Been
breezes in
16
Acton
years.
and driving cab, and I know you one of the stand-up guys. And then
I
I found out that you were homeless, and it surprised me.
I knew you from McIntyre when
That's right.
when I first lived here,
That's right.
2008.
And one of the hardest parts is losing your dog. That's gotta hurt. It would hurt me.
I trained him. I got a dog at so he was a year old, and they told me that he was trained. My ex and I we had been renting 100 acres over in Erin on a second line, and so we decided to get a dog. And we grabbed a dog. They called him Memphis. Well, we named him Memphis.
I remember Memphis.
Yeah. Anyways, we had him for 6 years. He was 7 when I lost him. The problem between Audrey and I got incarcerated, and she couldn't take care of the dog by herself. And the place that we were staying, the Humane Society got involved, and the dog went over there. Well, she went to go. She heard they were in Burlington, so she goes to go to Burlington to grab the 2 dogs. Anyways, they're not there. But they didn't say there was a second Burlington Humane Society. They did not say that. And that was the first day they were there. So 3.5 weeks, she's trying to find the dogs. She finally finds them and finds out there's a second Burlington Humane Society. And so by then, the money that she owed for the dogs was excruciating. And so she couldn't afford it by herself. And
That's terrible.
so she picked up Aspen, and she said she'd be back to pick up Memphis, but 2 weeks turned into 4 weeks, and they called her and said, listen, we're not a boarding facility. You got to come today with the money, or tomorrow your dog's getting adopted. Well, I lost my dog.
Oh, that's sad.
And I trained him. He went through 7 couches. Marley and Me has nothing on him.
Oh, I bet. I bet. So, if there was any misconceptions whatsoever that people may think about or see with homelessness, can you maybe explain what maybe they preconceive is actually a misconception?
Oh, they think right away just because you're homeless, you're going to waste money on drugs,
True.
that's not the case. Well, sometimes it is the case for people, but it's not always the case.
It's not the case with you, certainly.
No, I like I like being clean. I like taking showers, and so when I get money, the first thing I think of is shelter.
Yes.
And so if I can scrounge up $100 for the motel, then I'd love to do that. And if I can scrounge up any more than that, then I get food and such. But I
There's
always
nothing like a warm bed.
no,
People
nothing and
take
a
that for
shower.
granted.
The shower.
It's most important, yes.
Thank God the Geller Center. I found out the Geller Center lets you shower. They only let you shower Monday through Friday, and it has to be showering times.
Yeah.
But even then, you have to walk to the south.
I was going to say, and that's not close. That's not like right in town either. It's you got to get out
Yeah, you
ways.
have to walk there.
Now, we've seen you. You usually stand at the exit to Mountain View there. You're not there anymore?
No, I do hang out there, but I got jumped, and so by getting jumped,
I know. We heard about that, and that's tragic.
I don't want to be. I try not to be in the same spot after a certain time because the people. I think the people work until a certain time.
Now, to wrap up the interview, I'd like to ask you this: what would you? Now, you said on your Facebook post the other day that you collect beer cans, and
Yes.
Is there any way that you can give us your phone number? And if anybody out there in the audience can save their beer cans or help you in any way, how can we do that?
Yeah. I can't really go and pick them up, but if I could get them dropped off, I can give my phone number, and then I can just go. I can meet, and then normally I meet at the beer store, and when I meet at the beer store, because I stand at the lights right
Yes.
over at the beer store, and so when I'm over there, people bring me beer cans, and then I bring them in, and then it helps me tremendously actually, because I get food with that because my disability hasn't come yet, and I get shelter. I have enough blankets now, but I think I need a new tent, and I don't know.
Are you sleeping in the woods right now?
Yes.
That must be awful uncomfortable for you.
On days when it rains, and some kids brought kids are really nice. They brought a care package. It was a duffel bag filled with a lot of things that I need, like shirts and underwear
Aw.
God bless them.
and socks and
Nice.
So you
such.
do find that people are generally
Some people are really, really nice, and then
I've noticed that.
the other
Sure.
people are very opinionated.
Well,
Georgetown can be, it has its ups and downs like any city, town, municipality has. But as a rule, when it comes to helping people, me who's been involved off and on in this community, there are those people that really want to help,
And they do.
genuinely want to do what they can to help people out, which is one thing I love. This is my hometown, so it's one of those things when you see the other side of things, it's not so happy for anybody, especially not for you guys. I'm sure.
so you say you finally got your subsidy and you're waiting to actually find a place of your own now.
Yes.
That's great news, Jeremy.
Yeah, I know. I waited for 2.5 years. I went through a couple workers, and now I finally got a worker that is actually doing something for me.
Good.
That's amazing.
Well, we wish you all the best, Jeremy, and we'd like to thank you for the interview and to give people an insight into what homelessness is really like.
I will give you my number, Russ, so that way.
Give your number on here. You can give it to right here.
Uh,
Did you want to do that, Leah? Or no?
Well, that's up to
It's
him.
up to you.
I
If you
think
wanna
that's
give your phone number.
pretty wide broadcasting,
But
though.
they
Yeah.
can find you on Facebook.
I don't
on
think he's
there.
comfortable with that. I think what we'll do is you can reach out to us on Facebook, Instagram. I'll have all that information up on the
We'll
video when
direct
we
calls.
post it. You can reach out to us via email. I will put all of the information in there. And please, if you can help Jeremy out, that would be amazing. Reach out to us, and we will in confidence share the phone number if he's good with that, in order to be able to help him to maybe get the beer cans and bottles or whatever it is that he's looking for, and you can speak with him directly.
We want you to know that we love you, buddy. We really do.
Yeah,
Thank you,
so
Russ.
sorry
And,
that this happened.
yeah.
This is,
We're a community that cares, even though you're on the front lines. You know better than we do, but there's a lot of people out there that care about what's happening with you. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Georgetown.
thank you for being honest and letting people know.
You're a
It's
good man.
big. Thank you so much. And again, we will post the information that you need going forward in order to help Jeremy out in whatever way you can. Please, this is a really great community who often help people out. So don't stop here. Please help out. It's much appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, it's Big Edge here, Georgetown's good old boy from New York. I'm here to tell you about Max Tires in Georgetown. Need an oil change? Max Tires. Need new or used tires? And not the ones you find at the bottom of the East River, if you know what I mean. Oh! Max Tire. 61 Guelph Street, Georgetown. 905-873-9255. And don't you forget it.